If you listen to all the promises Barack Obama made in his recent State of the Union address, you might get the idea that he's single-handedly responsible for eliminating poverty and stimulating a vibrant middle class. But when you take a look at the facts, the reality is much more painful. President Obama's promises continue to attract voters while his policies continue to impact some of the most vulnerable members of the working class in this country, those with part-time jobs. Thanks to higher taxes on business brought about by the president's health care program, employers across the country are forced to make some pretty tough calls. And now that we have 2 years of data to review, we can see a significant impact on the part-time workers of America. Let's take a look at this issue from the employer's perspective. They have higher costs in health insurance. So how do they make up for that gap? They have to cut hours somewhere. And the first people to lose hours are almost always the little guys, the entry-level worker just out of college, the single mother juggling 2 part-time jobs. As tough as it might be, the employer knows the part-time staff is there to be a stopgap and support the full-time staff. Since the onset of Obamacare, the average part-time worker has seen their hours drop from 34 hours a week down to 25 hours per week. Over 25% of their income vanished. To make matters worse, most companies don't even offer healthcare insurance to part-time employees, and most full-time employees already had healthcare coverage in the first place. And according to statistics from the Bureau of Labor, middle-class workers are picking up the slack. The national average of hours worked per week now shows a 5% swing between low-income part-timers and middle-class sectors of the economy. 5% sounds like a small number, but there are 30 million Americans working part-time jobs. Many of them are the same ones latching onto Obama's promises of a revamped middle class. Well, that sounds great in a speech. If these employment trends continue, the middle class won't include them. They'll get left on the outside looking in.